History of mime. Briefly, I will discuss the history of mime, especially traditional mime, modern mime, postmodern mime, and postmodern mime. At first, we have to understand the meaning of tradition, modern, postmodern, and postmodern. Tradition means which have not changed for a long time. Things handed down from age to age, time to time. That means it existed for a long time. And modern means recent, contemporary. A person who practices a departure from tradition style. And modernization means the process of adapting something to modern needs, a transformation from the tradition. It is a change of thinking. When we hear the word of modernization, we think there were some big changes, and modernism is the development of a modern world. So difference between tradition and modern is something old and something completely new. And the meaning of the postmodern is the idea and values associated with a form of modernism that in progress and innovation. Postmodern movements that developed it in the late 20th century. Now question, what after the postmodern? After postmodern comes new form of postmodern. It means transmodernization that will react against the postmodern age. Postmodern era ended at the beginning of the 21st century. Now we are living in the time postmodern or transpostmodern. Another similar recent terms is metamodernism. So we have to think where we are stand to doing a mime. Is it traditional means old, or modern means is innovative, progressive? So as we know, the art of mime derives from Greek theater around long time ago, 6th and 7th centuries. Roman developed it, commedia dell'arte, with the combination of the Greek theater movements. One thing we have to understand, at the time around the world there was an ancient cultural richness, such as Indian Kathak, Bharatanatyam, Chinese opera, Japanese no kabuki, etc., which later on involved in the mime art. In the 15th century, French culture got influenced by commedia dell'arte, based on body gestures, caricatures, movements. And in 18th century, Jean-Gaspard Devereaux first bringing mime as an individual art form, and he became a father of traditional mime art with its own identity. He introduces white face, magnifying movements, special costumes, etc. In contemporary, this traditional mime continued by famous mime artist Marcel Marceau as a modern traditional mime. Let's discuss about modern mime, and then we'll come back to continue about Marceau. Modern mime derives from 19th century's traditional theater. Jack Copo was the father of liberally educated actor in his time. He is the one at first practiced only a scarf wrapped it over his face for his theater student. So diminishing potential of the face to communicate means that the rest of the body would need to make on the role. So when face is blank, then you have to speak with the bodies, with the body movements. So Copo's this simple concept gave birth to the modern mime. In 1923, Etienne Decroux enrolled in the Jack Copo's School of École du Via Columbia, and from there he got the idea of modern mime, corporeal mime, bodily work mime, which is apart from traditional illusion mime. The movement based on abstract, and he became a father of modern mime. So at the beginning, he developed movements of corporeal illusion techniques, such as all we do in traditional mime with Marcel Marceau's style, the stationary walking, imaginative wall, stairs up, stairs down, climbing up, all this imaginative illusion work, he developed it, Etienne Decroux. So Marcel Marceau was the student of Decroux, but as a mime performer, Marceau chose work mime towards the 19th century's Devereaux style with Decroux illusion movement techniques. And also he added one more thing that he liked. Around that time, Hollywood movie was a very famous Charlie Chaplin's Silence Act, and he used this is that silence act of dramatic feelings, acting emotions in the techniques. Nowadays, Marcel Marceau is the father of modern traditional mime. he hybridized tradition mime with modern techniques. According to the theory, difference between traditional and modern mime is one living in the circle and other one has no boundaries. As a progressive, as an innovative, modern mime becomes a postmodern and postmodern, but tradition remains in the circle, go nowhere, because there is no scope to innovation or progress. History of mime discussion to be continued. I will discuss rest of the history of mime, the second part, and